So this is the next question, guys. In this question, we are given that 1 upon k minus 1 is greater than 0. K is not equal to 0, minus 1 or 1. And we have to compare 0 and 1 by k. Again, so now what we can do in this question, first of all, since 1 upon k minus 1 is greater than 0, that means this has to be 0, this has to be greater than 0, and this has to be greater than 0. What I mean by that is, for example, if a by b is greater than 0, right, that means either both are positive or both are negative. For example, let's suppose there is a number 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 is definitely greater than 0, that is fine. If these two numbers are negative, minus 2 upon minus 3, then the minus minus sign cancels, this is still greater than 0, right? But if any one number, this is negative because this is minus 2 by 3, or this is also negative because this is minus 2 by 3. So what I mean is that if you are given that some number is greater than 0, that means this will be greater than 0, which is obviously there because 1 is greater than 0. But at the same time, even the denominator will be greater than 0. So since 1 upon k minus 1 is greater than 0, that means 1 is greater than 0, definitely yes. But at the same time, k minus 1 is also greater than 0, right? So this is one thing which should be really clear, right? When two things are there and if this is greater than 0, so either both are positive, that means a and b both are positive, or a and b both are negative, right? Similarly, in this question, since this is given greater than 0, so either both will be positive or both will be negative. Since this is positive, so this has to be positive, right? So that means k minus 1 has to be positive. So this means that k is greater than 1. This is one thing which is very clear, right? So this is one thing which can be derived, that k is greater than 1. Okay. Now we have to compare 0 and 1 by k, right? Since k is greater than 1, it's common sense that if we divide 1, right? So 1 upon k, and k is any number greater than 1, so this will definitely be some value which is greater than 0. For example, maybe k is greater than 1, so 1 upon 1.1, 1 upon uh, uh, 1 upon 1.2, or maybe 1 upon 1 upon 100, or maybe 1 upon 1 upon 1000, right? Or maybe 1 upon 1.2.4, anything, right? Because k is greater than 1, so 1.1, 1.2, 100, 1000, 2.4, anything. But in any of these cases, this number is greater than 0, right? This number is greater than 0. So we have our answer that out of 0 and 1 by k, since k is greater than 1, so 1 upon k will be greater than 0. Since k is greater than 1, we can say that 1 upon k, right, will be greater than 0. This is something which can easily be said, right? So out of these two, 1 upon k is greater than 0. So the answer is B because this is greater. So the answer becomes B. I hope this should be clear, right? But I'll just explain you once again. You can skip it if you want, if you've understood, or you can fast forward it, whatever you want. If there is a numerator and a denominator which is greater than 0, that means either both are positive or both are negative, right? If this is less than 0, right? For example, uh, if there is some number a by b which is less than 0, that means one is positive and the other is negative. So that means basically either a is less than 0, b is greater than 0, or a is greater than 0, b is less than 0. Meaning one has to be positive and the other has to be negative in the case if this is less than 0. If this is greater than 0, then either both are positive or both are negative, right? Since one is positive, so this also has to be positive because both are positive, right? So k minus 1 is positive. So k minus 1 is positive. If k minus 1 is positive, That means k is greater than 1, right? If k is greater than 1, that means 1 upon k will be greater than 0. And if 1 by k is greater than 0, so we have our option B. I think this should be good now, right?